In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a very cool battery-powered generator or battery bank. Now this is made by Jackery and it's called the Explorer 1000. Now that 1000 means 1000 watts of power. Now this is an awesome model because people wanted to get this kind of power in a small unit. Now Jackery contacted me and offered to send me a sample, so I was thrilled to get a chance to put it through its paces, but also point out what are the key differences between their 500 watt version that made Jackery so popular. You've got to remember that you're buying a product from a company, and Jackery's been around for a while and they've actually got experience. This 500 watt version was an absolute bestseller. They got it right because they packed a lot of value in a small space, but they had one problem: people wanted more power. And now that they've got this 1000 watt version, they're on the right track. But they're really smart because people want to have a lot of outlets, and they've given you 3 AC outlets, but they've even got 2000 surge watts, so that's great for startup voltage issues, and it really should make sure you can run just about anything. And a year ago I laughed at this flashlight, but when I took it outside and tried it, it really does work. So I like that they've kept this in the design because it really is helpful, especially if you've got no power at all. They also kept a good solid design. This thing is rugged, it feels well made, but it only weighs 22 pounds, and that's pretty impressive for a 1000 watt model. Now I like the color scheme here, but I wouldn't mind having the option for maybe a camo design in the future. Another big improvement is they've included 2 ways to charge it. You've got that standard round DC plug, but they've also included that solar plug as well, which is very handy. They also made some big improvements around how fast and how well you can charge this thing up with a solar panel. Now here I'm using a single 100 watt panel made by Jackery. It's got a nice design, it's semi-rigid, and it holds itself up very well. Now you can use other manufacturers' solar panels, but of course if you get the Jackery ones, they're totally compatible and they plug right in. But the improvement is around how many panels you can use. With this one, you can actually use 2 100 watt panels and charge the thing in just about 8 hours. That's really impressive for a 1000 watt capacity unit. And you can see they really spend some time on the design. They've got these integrated legs, a little bag there to hold the cables, and they give you the cables when you buy it. So you can use other solar panels, but if you try one of these ones, you're probably going to like the Jackery design. And you can charge the unit via solar while you're drawing power. That's a popular question, and I'm glad this unit has that feature. And if you're not ready to go solar yet, they include an AC adapter right in the box. You can get started by plugging it into a normal household outlet, and you can charge it up in about 7 hours. Now that's pretty impressive considering it is a 1000 watt capacity. They also made huge improvements around their outlets. They pretty much gave you a plug for everything. You start with 3 AC outlets. These are pure sine technology, so you can use them for sensitive electronics, and they're capable of 1000 watts. Big improvements around the DC outlets as well. You've got 2 USB outlets that are high amperage, but additionally they finally added the USB-C ports. These are great if you've got a laptop because they can plug right in and you might not even need to bring your AC adapter with you. And finally, you've got a dust cover over your 12 volt outlet. This thing is a 10 amp regulated socket, so it'll be real reliable for anything you're going to use on the road. Whenever I see surge watts, I always get a little bit skeptical, so I wanted to do some real-world tests to see how this thing handled it. Now the goal of this is not to blow up your unit, but you should be able to exceed the 1000 watts for a brief period of time without any issues. And here I plugged in my heater, I set it to the middle setting, and it was drawing about 700 watts. But I wanted to go over the 1000 watts, so I cranked it up to the max, and now you can see it was drawing about 1100 watts. Now I didn't have any problems whatsoever, the unit worked fine, and it didn't miss a beat. So in a real world situation, this means that you could use a tool or an appliance that had a very heavy startup draw, and you could count on this thing to perform. Here I wanted to try making a cup of coffee because many people don't think these small units can run an electric appliance. So coffee maker is perfect. So I filled it up with water and I was going to try to brew an entire pot. Now to use the AC, you just simply push the AC button to activate the AC outlets. And all I need to do is turn the coffee maker on. And as I did this test, everything worked perfectly. It was just like I was plugged into a normal household electrical outlet. And that's exactly what you want, except the big difference is I could be doing this anywhere, whether I'm camping or at the beach, really anywhere you need the power. The most impressive thing about this battery generator is that Jackery didn't mess it up. Too many companies come out with a new product and they forget all about the one that made them great. And in this case, that was their 500 watt version. And what they did is they took all the good parts of that, added more power and capacity, and gave you all those plugs. And now they've got a unit that I think is really going to be just as popular, or maybe even more so because it appeals to more people. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already for more videos coming up.